Welcome to the video that might just change the way you see your money and your life. We're about to expose the scam of the century. How consumerism, dressed up as freedom and success, is actually the very system that keeps you broke, stressed, and stuck. This isn't just another money tips video, it's a wake-up call. Because while you're chasing the next big thing, someone else is getting rich off your exhaustion, your debt, and your desire to keep up. If you've ever felt like no matter how hard you work, you're still not getting ahead, this video is for you. We're going to break down how the system subtly manipulates your desires, how it disguises debt as status, and how escaping this cycle starts with a shift in mindset. So hit the like button to support this kind of content, and make sure you stay with me through every detail, because what you're about to hear isn't just important. It could be the turning point in how you build real wealth and freedom. Let's dive in. The scam of the century. Consumerism that keeps you poor. We live in a system that's far more intelligent and sophisticated than it seems. It doesn't need to force you to do anything. It simply convinces you, subtly, that your value is directly tied to what you own. From a young age, we are shaped by a silent bombardment of messages. TV commercials, glowing shop windows, social media influencers, catchy slogans, all saying the same thing. You'll only be someone if you have this or that. Happiness becomes a product with a price tag. Success, a display window. Belonging, something you can buy in 10 easy payments. This engineering of consumerism doesn't happen by accident. It's calculated, planned, and fueled by billions of dollars in marketing. And it works because it taps into something deeply human. The desire for acceptance, recognition, and love. Consumption stops being a practical decision and becomes an emotional release valve. Buying becomes a way to relieve frustration, prove you've made it, or fill the void of a life without clear purpose. But what no one tells you is that this satisfaction has an expiration date and a high price. Another desire will always come, bringing more debt, more anxiety, more dissatisfaction. The trap is set. You work to consume to feel validated, and when the effect wears off, you need to consume again. All the while, real wealth, the kind that gives you autonomy, peace, and choices, is pushed aside. Ironically, the generation with the most access to information is also the most in debt for the sake of status. Consumerism has become a modern prison. It looks like freedom, but it keeps you stuck in place. While you spend to look rich, those who are truly wealthy invest, grow, and multiply. Quietly. Waking up from this is an act of rebellion. It takes courage to be different in a world where everyone wants to look the same, but it's also liberating, because when you finally realize you don't have to prove anything to anyone, you begin to build a life on a solid foundation, not on appearances. And that's when real wealth starts to grow inside and out. The greatest scam of the century only works because so many Haven T realize they were being deceived. And maybe your turning point starts now with one simple question. Of everything you buy, what truly brings you freedom? Desire disguised as necessity. The system's most effective trick, the most dangerous scam, isn't the one that deceives you with force, but the one that seduces you with subtlety. The system has mastered the art of disguising desires as needs, and in doing so, it has built the perfect prison. Almost imperceptibly, unnecessary items become labeled as essential. The latest phone model, the designer bag, the bigger TV, the trip that must become an Instagram post. It's no longer a matter of wanting. It feels vital, as if without it, you're somehow less. This illusion creates a dangerous sense of progress. People believe they're moving up in life simply because they can consume more. They confuse access to credit with financial freedom and the appearance of wealth with true security. Meanwhile, they sink into bills, obligations, and endless payments. The reward? Objects that, in practice, offer moments of pleasure and years of emotional and financial slavery. It's a sophisticated trap, where effort increases, but well-being diminishes. And the system knows it. That's exactly where it draws its strength. The more you consume, the more you have to work. The more you work, the less time and energy you have to reflect on this toxic cycle. Exhaustion is not a side effect. It's part of the design. Tired, indebted, and anxious people don't have the strength to question, resist, or change. They just keep spinning the wheel, thinking they're living, when in truth, they're only surviving. Breaking free from this logic is an act of deep awareness. It means looking at what you've been told is success and asking yourself, is this truly my desire or just a fabricated need meant to keep me trapped? It's realizing that you, Don T, need to have everything, only what truly makes sense. Real progress isn't measured by what you buy, but by the freedom you gain. And that freedom begins the moment you choose to live with more purpose and less illusion. The price of looking rich. The silent trap of unconscious spending. The problem has never been consumption itself. Buying things is part of life, of comfort, of personal fulfillment. The real danger lies in consuming without awareness. When spending comes before investing, when showing off comes before building financial security, that's when consumption stops being a choice and becomes a trap. And those who suffer the most from it are indeed the millionaires. It's the middle class. It's the working class. The people who hustle every day for a better life. They're the ones taught from a young age that looking rich is more important than being financially free. The logic is brutal. The more you buy to impress, the further you move from freedom. The new car comes before the emergency fund. The latest phone before paying off debt. The dream vacation while rent is overdue. And all of it is sold as normal, as a symbol of success, of progress, of achievement, but it's just a disguise. Behind the display window lies debt, interest rates, stress, and sleepless nights. And while the majority runs on this endless treadmill, thinking they're moving forward, a few profit from the efforts of the many. Banks thrive on the interest. Companies win with easy credit. The fashion industry feeds off your insecurity. The system grows stronger from your urgency to appear wealthy, even if you're not. The wheel keeps turning, and those who should be building wealth are merely fueling a cycle that traps and consumes. The real revolution is quiet. It begins when you choose to flip the script. Invest before you spend. Build before you show off. Live for yourself, not for others' approval. Financial freedom means having choices, and that only comes when you stop following the script you were handed and start writing your own. Because in the end, the greatest achievement isn't having more than others. It's having peace. It's having time. It's having power over your own life. The silent rebellion, living with less, is the new path to freedom, breaking the cycle of reckless consumption. Isn't just a rational choice? It's an act of courage. In a world that pushes you daily to spend, to show off, to follow the herd, simply stopping, breathing, and questioning is already a form of rebellion. It's not easy. It takes awareness, financial education, and above all, the guts to step off the standard path that was designed to keep you running, without ever arriving. True freedom isn't found in what you achieve in other people's eyes, but in what you're willing to let go of for your own peace. It's in saying no to what everyone else says yes to. In choosing financial peace over status. In choosing to sleep well instead of impressing a feed. Most people keep accumulating things and debt to appear successful. But the few who wake up realize that real success has another name: autonomy. Today, living with less is a silent cry for freedom. It's stepping out of a game that only benefits those who sell, lend, and profit from your anxiety. It's realizing that having everything was never the goal, but having enough with purpose is. And that's not a step back, it's evolution. Because real quality of life isn't found in excess, but in balance. Maybe the greatest act of rebellion in the 21st century is this: to slow down. To redefine what it means to succeed. To trade appearances for essence. And to realize that living well doesn't mean having more than others. It means being in control of your own life. In the end, those who have the courage to live with less end up living so much more. Thank you so much for staying until the end. That alone shows you're already different from most. Few people have the courage to question the system, and if this video made you think it might be exactly the push someone close to you needs to break free from the same trap, so share it. Send it to that friend who's always saying there's never enough money, or to the one who constantly trying to look successful but feels tired and buried in debt. Spreading awareness is a true act of revolution. And before you go, drop a comment below telling me what hit you the hardest in this video. I really want to hear your perspective. And of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any content that helps you escape the rat race and build real freedom. See you in the next one.